The final Tissot Superpole race of this 2022 season gets underway. It was a good start there from Toprak Razgatlioglu. He almost bumps Alex Lowe's out of the way in the run down towards turn number 1. Poor start from Alvaro Bautista, and it's Andrea Locatelli who picks it up from Pata Yamaha 1-2. Locatelli leading Razgatlioglu. Bautista with them in third position. Jonathan Rea and Alex Lowe's both making sluggish starts from the front row of the grid. They're picking their way round this opening lap. Good start from Xavi Vierge. He's already up into P4, so ahead of both of those KRT riders. Alex Lowe's now trying to come back at him, having been relegated to 5th position. They're going to go either side now of Bautista. Lowe's through on the inside. Vierge trying to go the long way round. Excellent effort that from Alex Lowe's. 2 positions gained in 1 move. Razgatlioglu has hit the front on Locatelli. It's Lowe's back up into 3rd place. And then Garrett Gerloff now being bumped backwards down the order. It looks like Michael van der Mark's making some good progress in the early stages here as well. Van der Mark's now up into 4th position and ahead of Jonathan Rea.
We know Bautista's out on slicks. We saw how much of a sitting duck he was on the run down towards Stoner Corner, so all those riders in front of him, you'd imagine, are on the intermediate tyre. We know that the few riders pitted at the start, so Phillip Island and Scott Redding, 2 riders to keep an eye on. It looks like the MIE Hondas as well out there on slicks, but you can see how much time you're losing at this stage for Bautista. It's about playing that long game.
Yes, long game as far as Alvaro Bautista is concerned on the dry weather tyre. He's waiting for it to dry out. As Alex Lowe's takes up the challenge at the head of the field, just as he did yesterday. A sluggish start for him in race 1, the same in the Superpole race, but just as he came back from 4th to 1st to lead in the early stages of race 1 yesterday, he's done the same less than 24 hours later in the Superpole race.
Yeah, this is where the stability of the Kawasaki really does come into its own. You're going to see Jonathan Rea get through on Toprak very quickly as well.
Garrett Gerloff getting back around the outside of Michael van der Mark. So van der Mark went off like a rocket on the BMW, but he is beginning to fall back, having already been picked off by the podium contenders, dropped behind Andrea Locatelli as well, and now Garrett Gerloff up into 5th position. Jonathan Rea versus Alex Lowe's at the beginning of lap number 5. Jonathan Rea had a go on Lowe's throughout that lap 4, couldn't find a way through. At the start of lap 5, he thunders down the inside, and with another new fastest lap of the race from Rea, he assumes the lead. Lowe's will try to come back at him. Toprak Razgatlioglu sticking on in there as well. Bautista will be fighting his way through the field now. How long will he get? How long will it take him? How long will he get held up in each of these passing manoeuvres? Well, the rate at which he's closed on Loris Baz, it shouldn't be too long. 3.5 seconds gained on Baz. Last lap around, big moment there for Bautista on lap number 5, but he should swiftly be through now for 7th position. It's all about Bautista now coming through the field. 6.8 the gap to the race leader. That's worth keeping an eye on as well, as he is through on Vierge. You could see the 2 of them, flash of red in the background of your shot. Bautista through down the inside of Vierge, released into P6, and now he's got the margin to cover against Garrett Gerloff, the next man on his radar. Bautista now swarming all over the back of Garrett Gerloff. He's made his passes on Loris Baz and Xavi Vierge up into 6th position, and that is so straightforward for Bautista to pull alongside Garrett Gerloff. He's got so much better traction coming off the corners. Gerloff now is an absolute sitting duck. Bautista swarming all over him. The benefit that he can have here for the other 2 Yamahas is to hold up Bautista as long as possible. Toprak makes his move on Rea at the bottom of the hill, coming down through turn number 10. Razgatlioglu is your new race leader, but it's Alvaro Bautista who is the man to watch from 5th position. He's got that gap now down to the leaders to less than 5 seconds, and he's still got 3 laps to go. Razgatlioglu leads the way from Jonathan Rea by 0.2 of a second. Alex Lowe's less than 2 seconds behind. He's going to be the next man under pressure because Alvaro Bautista has now cleared Andrea Locatelli. The gap is now down to just 3 seconds between Bautista in 4th position and Razgatlioglu up at the head of the field. It was bold from Bautista to go for a slick tyre on the grid. It left him relegated to the very fringes of the points on lap number 1, but he is now back up into the podium places, scything his way through in straightforward fashion on Alex Lowe's.
Yeah, and you can see just how easy it's going to be for Alvaro. Easy's not the right word. He's the guy that took the gamble, and he's the guy that had to make it work in those first few laps, but right now he's just got so much more grip than everyone out there. there. He's going to be through in the next couple of sectors.
Alvaro Bautista certainly benefiting from the experience of race one yesterday afternoon, remembering how swiftly this circuit here in Phillip Island was able to dry, and he is now less than a second away from your race leader, and it smiles in the Ducati pit box because they know what's about to happen on this penultimate lap. If Bautista doesn't make a mistake coming through on the other two big guns at the top of the World Championship standings, then he surely will be your race winner here. He pulls alongside Jonathan Rea. He's able to keep a much tighter line than Rea, and through he comes for second place. And now on the pickup from the turn, he might be able to make it two moves in two bends. Alvaro Bautista versus Toprak Razgatlioglu now for the race lead. Jonathan Rea will try and stick with him, but there's nothing to do now surely as they come through turn 4, Miller corner. It's Razgatlioglu. You can see those intermediate tyres on which his Pata Yamaha is shod, and Bautista now with the advantage on tyres and with 1.5 laps to get this move done.
Yeah, for Alvaro Bautista, it's just trying to pick his moment now at this stage. This is it.
And Alvaro Bautista almost alongside as they come through turn 7, but he hangs fire for the moment at least. Again, Alvaro Bautista, he's going to try and go around the outside now of Toprak Razgatlioglu. No, cuts back to the inside and through for the race lead as they come through Lukey Heights. Bautista with the recoveries that is going to be one of the greatest of all time. He was down and outside of the top 10 positions altogether by the end of the opening lap. A bold decision on tyre strategy, and it's paid off over the course of a 10-lap sprint race. We didn't think it was going to be possible. Alvaro Bautista has made it possible. He's got a lap to go now to sail off into the distance, but Bautista, barring errors, cannot surely be beaten from here. Last opportunity perhaps for Jonathan Rea as they come now into the final sector. Razgatlioglu has it covered, and that should now be your podium trio. Bautista ahead of Razgatlioglu and Rea. Alex Lowe's 2.8 seconds further in arrears. Late opportunity for Scott Redding to make progress. He's got through on Andrea Locatelli, but a masterclass from Alvaro Bautista. A bold decision from him on the start line to fit the slick tyres. He was the only one of the leaders to do so. He dropped back out of the top 10 positions altogether and fought his way through one position at a time to take a stunning victory in the final Tissot Superpole race of 2022.